So yesterday in class, I talked about doing a drawing as a first step to your project. So I want to show you an example of a project I did recently, and I did just that. I did some drawings as a way of developing my idea, okay? So let's have a look. So I had this kind of idea rolling around in my head for a while about doing some kind of ceramic vessel with an octopus on it. So I did this drawing. You know, it's okay. Oh, interesting idea. I have some ideas floating around there. Something about the city, something about an octopus, a vase, you know. But, you know, it was okay. But I thought, well, I'd like the tentacles of the octopus maybe to create a handle on the piece so the piece could be picked up like a vase because it looks like a vase. So I did this second drawing here. Sticking with the city motif, the octopus, now the tentacles of the octopus they create this handles on the side like a vase might have. But I thought, you know what, that's sort of trying to mixing two ideas, the vase, the octopus. I really didn't feel they went together. I wanted to do more of a city motif. So then I came up with this idea of an octopus on a building, you know, kind of reference the old 50s, the 1950s when I was your age. There's a lot of these movies of giant animals crawling up on buildings like King Kong and giant grasshoppers, giant ants, giant bees, you know, all affected by radiation because you had all this, you know, atomic power was just coming into play and people had all these fears about it. And the movies of that day kind of played off those fears, all these science fiction movies, which I loved, by the way. So I thought, okay, but let's go a little step further. What about the idea of using a water tower as as an image rather than a building? So I started printing out pictures of water towers, and of course, reference material. Yes, I know what a water tower looks like, but creating reference material, getting reference material is so important, okay? So just as important as a drawing. So here is my fourth drawing with an octopus on a water tower. You know, still kind of, you know, vague, and there's elements I haven't defined yet. So I went a step further, started defining the image more clearly, giving the octopus something to do. It's a giant octopus on a water tower. What's it doing up there? Well, as you can see, it's starting to grab onto things like buildings and airplanes, which I thought were cool. Now let's take that a step further. Let's really build up the image, put more stuff on there to make the image more complex, more interesting, more engaging. And, you know, so there you go. So there's my drawings. And again, using reference material. So drawings, reference material, and then the eventual piece. So voila. So there's the piece that I made. But the first step, again, is those drawings you can see. And this is two pinch pots up here, coils for the tentacles, coils and slabs for the top of the piece, and some elements on the side, okay? So there's a good example, I think, of drawings, reference material, and then doing your eventual or final project, okay? So again, don't stint on the drawing part of it. Do that, and we're going to see how you're doing. All right, and don't forget to collect those materials for your piece.